Right, Blizzard, you listen to me. You bloody listen to me. You get and you start making some beautiful PvE origin stories for all of the heroes in Overwatch. If Junkenstein's Revenge's success is anything to go by, the community want this. We need this. This would be beautiful. Now, ages ago, I went to Blizzard EU. October the other year it was. I forget. Everything just gets mashed together. And I remember they asked us, they had a lot of community members sitting down around the table, and they said to us, guys, what would you do to Overwatch? And I was like, look, we want, well, I say we, I at the time, what about like single player, like sort of origin stories that explain, well, you know, where the heroes come from and stuff like that. And they were like, yeah. Now, I'm not saying they listened to me. They probably didn't. No, I mean, Blizzard, they've probably got plans for this anyway. But that's what I wanted. I've always wanted that. If you look at Overwatch, this is a game with a ton of lore. Pick any of the characters, they all have an origin story, where they come from. Now, at the moment, what Blizzard have been doing, have been using the cinematics to sort of show you a bit of backstory. And the cinematics are great, or the animated shorts as they call them. They are fantastic to watch and they're awesome. We've also got all of the comics that come out. Again, they're awesome. If you look at the recent comic, the Junkenstein one, that shows you, that's sort of like the lead up to the Junkenstein, Junkenstein's Revenge Brawl mode, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And let's talk about that. The Brawl itself is absolutely ridiculous. I guess you guys are with me, right? I have had the most fun I've had for ages playing the Junkenstein Brawl. That is utterly phenomenal. Like, it's only a 4-player brawl, so that's a bit of a shock to begin with. I thought it was going to be a 6-man thing. It's not. It's 4 and it's limited to heroes. So maybe if your favourite hero isn't there, you're probably not going to like this. Now, if you think about what Blizzard have always been saying about Overwatch, they say, oh, we want, like, we don't want to make heroes mandatory picks, or we don't want to sort of say, oh, you can't play Torbjorn, you can't play this. But they've actually gone and totally done that with the Frankenstein Brawl, the Junkenstein Brawl. They've gone in and said, look, you can only play Hanzo, you can only play Anna, you can only play Soldier, and you can only play McCree. That's the other guy. I was going to say they're Gunslinger, but that's what they refer to him as in the Brawl. So you've got set heroes, you can only be one of each, you can't swap, you just go in, it's 4-player, off you go and do work, and it is beautiful, it is absolutely beautiful. But not only that, what totally amazed me with that Brawl is the way it is presented. The way you've got the narrator, which I believe is Darian, oh god, I forgot his surname, it's the Reinhardt voice actor, he's the narrator of that event. It's done as if it's like a little showpiece. It's like a scenario. If you play World of Warcraft, it's like a scenario. These are things we absolutely need. When you look at Overwatch, the only criticism I have for this game is there is not enough game modes. What we've got right now is a fantastic competitive mode. Then we've got quick play, which is still really competitive, let's be honest, but with kind of no rules. And then that's it. Then we've got random brawls, which, let's also be honest about this, they're pretty terrible. The arcade is interesting, it's fun, but when you bring out brawls like the Lucio Brawl, which was the previous benchmark, that was fun. It was a different game mode. Not the best. I only maybe played it a couple of times before I lost interest in it. But Junkenstein's Revenge, holy hell, this has raised the bar. The bar has been raised, and then it's just been raised again. We have the very first PvE co-op Horde Mode for Overwatch, and it is fucking beautiful. You love it, don't you, guys? Everybody must love this. I have not seen a negative thing said about this. It's just ridiculous. Now, we know Blizzard are a massive company. They are working on a ton of stuff, and it's quite clear what their focus has been. They want to get the underlying mechanics of the game fixed. They wanted to get competitive fixed for Season 2, which they have done. I have no issues with competitive now. It's totally fine. Just keep going. But think about what I just said. Lack of game modes. Competitive does kind of suffer from that. We've only got 3 game modes, and it's like, okay. Map variety is great, I think that's fine. Competitive, though, it's what I like to do most of the time with Overwatch. But if you're not an ultra-competitive player, you could argue the game does sort of alienate you. It forces you to go into quick play, which, as I said, can be a mixed bag. You know, you get people who come into quick play and want to try, and you get people who want to troll. And it's like, okay, you get both sides of the argument. Look, it's quick play, it's not serious. Or, what are you playing Overwatch for if you don't want to win? You get both of those kind of players mashed together, and it can lead to some fun experiences, but it can also lead to some frustrating experiences. And nobody wants to be frustrated when they're playing this wonderful game. So, when you introduce Junkenstein's Brawl, holy shit, this is something now which I really don't want to leave. When this goes, it's going to crush me. And it will go, ladies and gentlemen, mark my words. This will not remain after the event. If it does, I will be very surprised, because this is an event-specific Brawl. It will go. It will not be in rotation. What we need are other modes that we can play all the goddamn time. We need a Horde mode. This is sort of like the Halloween style Horde mode. I see no reason why they can't bring in a Horde mode, which is just like a generic sort of Omnic Horde mode. It doesn't have to have a story. It can have a minimal story. It would still be really exciting to do. What about if we start introducing other mechanics, like maybe building turrets? So we got this sort of like, I don't know, like tower defense FPS sort of mashup. Holy hell, that would be awesome. I mean, Horde mode. I absolutely love Horde mode. If any of you guys are fans of Warhammer 40k, which I am, I really like Dawn of War 2's Last Stand mode. That is awesome. I want a mode like that, which is arguably what Junkenstein's Revenge kind of is. Only you're defending a point. You're not actually sort of, how do you say, you're not trying to stay alive like you do with Dawn of War. It's just phenomenal. I hope we see more of this, guys. This video has been a call to Blizzard to just say, look, like this video, guys, comment on it and share it about. We need to see PvE story mode stuff. Like, I want more PvE content. I want to be able to play Tracer during, like, her origin story or any other hero. I want maps like with other co-op. I mean, Jesus, there's so many stuff. If you look at like the recent animated short, you've got which is the Bastion one. That shows you a little bit of the Omnic War. Imagine being able to play like one of the battles from the Omnic War. What? That would be ridiculous. It would be utterly ridiculous. Oh my god. Guys, go wild in the comments below. There is so much stuff they could do with this, and I hope this is the beginning, because I'd be very shocked if it isn't. If they just decide not to do any more PvE content, well, then they're silly. Take that from STAI. But yeah, I think this brawl is going to disappear because it is a Halloween thing. So play as much as you can, guys, because it is ridiculous. I think I've got one more achievement to do, which is play all of the heroes in it, which I think I've done it with Soldier and Anna, I think. But yeah, oh my god, we need more of this, guys. Look, guys, I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video. Subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. You can also follow me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/UnitLost. And I'll catch you next time, guys. Toodaloo.